But before we agreed to work together, we both wanted to do one last work. Now Marina did a performance in Berlin called Freeing the Body, in which she was nude, stripped nude. She had a black cloth over her head, and there was a Cuban drummer. He was drumming a wild, ecstatic rhythm, and she would move very, not dance-like, almost hysterical-like, trance-hysterical-like, to this rhythm till she would collapse. And I decided to do my last work on my own responsibility, also in Berlin. And you know, I did something that makes again very clear where I was busy with at the time. I wanted to irritate the conservatism in art. And I have stolen the painting in the National Gallery in Berlin and brought it out of there. And I have placed it to a Turkish foreign worker family in the environment. And because, you see, I was educated in Germany, and in my reading book, at the primary school, in my reading book, there was an image of Spitzweg painting, and we were educated like it is a German Mona Lisa, you know. And how we were educated is, now this is how artists should look like, this is how artists should live, a bohemian, poor, silly bugger, you know. And I believe Spitzweg, the painter who used to be a pharmacist, who became later a painter, or who painted on Sundays or what, he had actually, I once understood that his intention was that that painting was actually like criticizing the German bourgeoisie. But after he was dead, the German bourgeoisie has turned the meaning of it around and made it an idealized the, you know, the poverty and of an artist, you know, and in this way. So they had turned around, and then Hitler, of course, was one of the biggest favorites. Hitler had about 36 paintings of Spitzweg, and he wanted to build an own museum only for Spitzweg. Spitzweg himself, in turn, was very in favor of this particular painting because he has painted it 3 times. One is in the Pinakothek in Munich, one is in the National Gallery, one is in the private collection in Paris. And all of them, you know, think they have the best one. But anyhow, I've never seen the third one, I've seen the second one. But anyhow, so Berlin in that time, that was in 1976, I believe, on December the 12th, 1976, at 1:15 when I took it out of the National Gallery.
Which painting was it?
It was The Poor Poet.
It was really, yeah.
Spitzweg, The Poor Poet. Yeah. In the same year, I bought, because it was end of the year, you can buy everywhere calendars. And I bought a calendar in a bookshop, a kind of calendar I never would buy. And the only reason why I bought a calendar from 1976, the same year, it was a calendar. On top was Andy Warhol's Flowers, like the painting which hangs just now down here, a reproduction of the painting, of the flower painting. And the second page was Karl Spitzweg's The Poor Poet. You know, so Germany keeps introducing this by all means in all media, and still thinks that it's, you know, a masterpiece of a certain kind. And so what I actually did, I made a reproduction of the painting on a very large canvas, black and white photograph canvas, and I blocked the main entry of the Academy of Fine Arts in Berlin with this painting. You couldn't come in anymore. It was blocked out with the painting. Then I drove from there to the National Gallery and stole land. In that momentum, it was stolen, right? But actually, now you could say it was land. I took it out and brought it to Berlin-Kreuzberg, which is a critical area because there were many Turkish foreign workers, and there was social problems between the Germans and the Turks and things like this. And on the way to a Turkish family who lived in Kreuzberg, which I didn't know before, I passed the DAAD studios and hang this photograph from the calendar page on the door, and there were posters, Berliner Galerien, and I put it right over this poster. And then I run to the Turkish foreign workers family and hang it in their environment, and the environment was just made for this painting, or the painting was made for this environment, whoever you see it. But anyhow, I had the intention of connect a couple of cultural institutions to this activity. Well, the Boulevard Press, so as Springer, the Bild-Zeitung wrote, well, left radical has robbed our most beautiful painting. The same evening on television was ein kleines Hörspiel, a chamber orchestra, and it was set in the setting of the painting.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a digital news message running across this, you know, today at 1:15 the original was stolen from the National Gallery. Well, anyhow, so this was my last work, and again that tells you something, that I'm not the kind of person who would easily accept the art as many have accepted before me. And there have been many wild people, and at the end they all ended up painting flowers, I guess, and maybe I will do the same, right? I thought once of myself, you know, you start off exploring, studying, which I have done. I have done it already with means of art, exploring and studying, and then I became a warrior. After that warrior period, I maybe become a sort of a saint, or, you know, a spiritual influenced person, and at the end I maybe paint flowers. Who knows? You know, it wouldn't be unusual. And I leave this open, but